Continuing his testimony before commissioners, the Director of Procurement analyzed the audit report of municipalities and councils whilst responding to the assertion of Council Patrick Gomez that money was purportedly spent on procuring goods and services without any documentation, ignoring due process. The witness said there was no delivery of receipts, no inspection of goods, and evaluation report.
Cartridge and A4 paper was purchased for $10,000.
Yes.
Now, from one Ibrahim Asedi, through request for quotation. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So again, the non-compliance issues. First, you wrote that there was no mistake minute of the contracts committee to approve the procurement as stipulated. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the second one?
There was no delivery receipt to show that the procurement was completed as stipulated in Section 35(2) of the GPPA Act.
Yes.
The procured item was not indicated in the procurement plan as stipulated in Regulation 25(1) of the GPPR and Section 29 of the GPPA Amendment Act. There was no procurement documentation such as GPPA Form 040, 102, and 012 were not attached as stipulated in Section 35(2) of the GPPA Amendment Act 2018. There was no inspection committee to inspect the goods as stipulated in Section 133 to 136 of the GPPR.
Taking the witness through the non-compliance findings covering procurement of spare parts and other goods reportedly purchased in huge amounts when the monies were not used for the intended purpose.
The one that draws my interest is the first finding, where it was written that purchase order was not raised by the end user departments as stipulated in the regulation. Now, what is the significance of this finding?
Now, if according to the Act, is the responsibility of the end user to indicate what he or she wanted and then raised a purchase order in that manner. So if it is done by a different person, it means that probably it is not right, that they don't even need it, or is being imposed upon the person, or it may even suggest that the item that is being raised may not fit the purpose, because it's only the end user who can determine exactly what the item being purchased is meant for.
Or in fact, in this case, would it not also probably suggest that, in fact, this amount of money, $17,000, was not even spent to purchase any item, for this case, spare parts, because, number one, not only do you not have a purchase order, but then you don't have evidence of even an item being procured.
Still on the review of the 2019 audit report, the council said many councils do not respond to audit report findings where a host of procuring activities were done through a single source.
The amount is $15,000 is the procurement of fuel from one Diba oil filling station, and it's through single sourcing. Again, in addition to not having the procurement good or item being part of the procurement plan, no delivery receipt, no evaluation report, among other findings. There is also no purchase order. 2019, the management did not bother to respond in relation to your findings in most of the cases.
Yes, like I said earlier, when we review, the first thing or what we do is to generate a draft report and send it to the procuring organization concerned with a timeline, expecting them to respond within the time frame. If they don't, we assume that the report is final and we finalize.
Revelations over procurement irregularities have so far uncovered the greatest operational mishaps within councils as the Local Government Commission of Inquiry advances its investigations. For the news, I am Isatou Jatta Gassama.